One question I've been getting a lot lately is, why does it seem like I'm not carrying revolvers much anymore? It used to be I almost always carried a revolver. I love revolvers, everybody knows that. And even if I tried something different to test it out for a while, I always went back to my revolvers. And lately it doesn't seem like I'm going back to the revolver. And people are wondering, why is that? Have I decided that I like other guns better than revolvers? No. The reason I'm not going back to the revolver right now is because I've pretty much come to the conclusion that revolvers are a younger man's game. And that might sound weird because, you think of people who like revolvers as being older people, like myself in their 50s or older. But I have been coming into some problems lately. As I'm getting into that age zone, where my testicles and my knees are getting closer to living in the same zip code area, I'm having a little problem with revolvers. It's not because of the revolvers themselves, it's because of me and getting older. The getting older is really the one reason, but there's a couple of aspects of getting older that have made it hard to shoot revolvers regularly now. One is I have arthritis. You might say I'm kind of young for arthritis, but I actually started having arthritis in my 40s. And now that I'm in my 50s, it's getting kind of bad. I've also broken my elbow a couple of times, so this is about how straight I can get this arm before it really starts to hurt. So my knuckles and my wrist and my elbow can't take a lot of punishment anymore. So 357 Magnum can be quite punishing, especially in a smaller or lighter revolver. Unless you're going to be like a huge revolver with a big 6-inch barrel, they get kind of abusive. So that's something I've always said, if you're a man, it's not a big difference. But if you're an old man, it kind of does make a big difference because, like I say, if I go to the range, I'm really suffering later that day and the next day. And I go to the range every other day, so it's getting to where I was hurting every day because of shooting the 357 Magnum. My hands just can't take it. I've been an illustrator my whole life. I've always loved to draw. Don't do it so much anymore, but that took a toll on my hands when I was younger. I've been a woodworker. I've had fingertips reattached, broken my fingers between boards multiple times or with hammers or mallets. That's weighed on my hands and my wrists. So they're shot. So the abuse of the 357 Magnum just wasn't working for me anymore. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, shoot 38 Special in it and then just carry 357 Magnum. And that would work. But me personally, I don't like shooting 38 Special. It's too much like shooting a cap gun. I don't know why. I just don't get a lot of fun out of it. Same reason I don't get a lot of fun out of shooting 22. So if I was having to go to the range and shoot 38 Special out of my carry gun, I probably wouldn't practice with it very much. And I'm a firm believer that you should shoot your carry gun as much as possible. So shooting 357 Magnum just isn't working anymore. So therefore, the revolver is just not working for me anymore because of that. And the other reason is, you might think, well, just carry a bigger gun or carry the Chiappa Rhino because that reduces the recoil. And it does. But I've got another problem too. My ears are also going. I have tinnitus really bad. I ruptured my right eardrum not too long ago with a 357 Magnum, if anybody remembers. And I've got bad tinnitus. I sleep with a sound machine every night. So it's really painful if I shoot 357 Magnum without hearing protection. It's actually kind of painful with hearing protection. But without it, it's really bad. And a lot of people will say, well, don't shoot it without hearing protection. Well, you don't get to make that choice if you're involved in a home defense situation or even a self-defense shooting outside, which is not as bad, but still hurts. And here's another thing. At my age, you sometimes forget things. Let's put some hearing protection on. I forgot that. Yeah, like that there, like putting on hearing protection. And you might say, well, once ain't going to hurt you as long as you learn your lesson. Well, here's the thing. At my age, I learned my lesson, but remembering my lesson is another thing entirely. Fuck me. Ears on. So when that does occasionally happen when I'm shooting my self-defense gun, I'd rather it not be 357 Magnum. I'd rather it be 9mm or 45 because I'm not that fond of my ears bleeding, to be honest. And I'm not real fond of that painful hollow echo that I get for 2 or 3 days after if that happens with a 357 Magnum. When it happens with 9mm or 45, I get a little ringing and then it goes away like 5 minutes later. So it's not nearly as bad. So because of those reasons, because I can't really handle the punishment of the 357 Magnum anymore, it's making going to the range not fun. So I'm having to give up on the round for that. And if I'm giving up on the round because of that and because of the hearing issues, there's no real reason to carry a revolver anymore. Because like I said, I don't really enjoy 38 specials too much. Plus I find that most 38 specials are smaller guns that just aren't that easy to control. So I don't like shooting 38 special in these, so why carry them anymore? I mean, I still love them, and I'll still shoot them at the range occasionally because I love shooting them at the range. But for self-defense, since I'm not going to carry the 357 Magnum caliber, I think it's time that I switch to something a little more modern.